Hello Sagittarius, this is Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and this is your reading for the rest of 2025. So June to December, what is happening with you? What's happening in your world? We're going to use this lovely herbiary deck, Oracle deck, and the Goddess Guidance deck. We'll find you a couple of cards and then we'll dive deeper with the tarot. So Sagittarius, what's happening with you and what do you need to know? Finding grace. I love that card. I love the colours. And then we have remembrance. Okay, let's have a look at the Goddess guidance. Cycles and rhythms, Maeve. Honour the cycles of your body, energy levels and emotions. Isis, past life. This situation involves your past life memories. Right, that's interesting because I very much feel like this is about memories. It's about memories and even maybe, I'm just looking at the smoke here on this remembrance card. Memories that you can't quite grab hold of. Maybe past life memories, maybe, you know, cycles that you've been working through, that you've been going through throughout your life. Actually, I think that is. I'm just looking at all of these cards. They're very purpley. They're very bluey, violety. It feels very much like this is connected to your higher self, to your soul, to your essence, actually. And I think this is all about learning so that you can move past the cycles. You know, I think through life we repeat cycles over and over through our life until we get it. And this is what it feels like for me. There's something that you have done before, something that you've had the lesson about before, that maybe you've not quite got it, and maybe you're going through it again now. And now is the time when you've got the opportunity, when you're starting to see it, when you are finding that opportunity, grasping it and learning from it, healing from it and letting it go. So let's see what the cards have got to say. What's the tarot cards got to say, Sagittarius? These set of readings, these rounds of readings for the end of this year are very much about transformation. And I think that is exactly what's happening for you. You've got the opportunity for transformation. Obviously, you know, it's up to you whether you take it, whether you want to, whether you're happy with the way things are at the moment. But there's another opportunity of a learning lesson, something that maybe you've gone through in your past lives, something related to your past lives, maybe something that you didn't learn back then that's seeped into this life, and you've had numerous opportunities to learn about it. I mean, I've got loads of examples of this, but you know, for people's privacy, it's probably best that I don't share. But you know, when there's something that we have to learn, we keep getting the opportunity until we learn it. And I think you're going to take that opportunity this time round. I really do. Right. Oh, it's quite exciting, Sagittarius. Quite exciting. Right. I'll have 6 cards, one for roughly each month of the rest of this year. I've got one out there. Queen of Wands. 5 of Swords. The Hermit. Page of Swords. The Sun. The 5 of Cups. Okay, the Queen of Wands. I want to say that the word industrious has just been said to me. Obviously, she is the queen that is all about entrepreneurialism. She is very motivated. She's very confident. She's very can-do. She's very, let's just do this. She's a can-do kind of queen. And I think that is the energy that is surrounding you this month. excuse me, Sagittarius, one that you're trying to get things done, you're trying to make things happen in some area of life. For some of you, it could well be work. For others, it could be home, it could be gardening, in the garden area of your life. It could be relationships, but there's something that you're throwing a lot of energy into. You're confident about making things happen, and you're really trying to shift that energy forwards. We've got the Five of Pentacles there and the Knight of Cups. I have one more, the Tower. Interesting. Okay, so you're in this energy of moving forwards, this fiery energy of maybe, not taking no for an answer, not letting things get in your way, just really pushing forwards, trying to bring the things that you want within your life towards you. But there's something that's holding you back, and something that you're holding on to that's not being helpful. It's not allowing things to move forward the way that you'd like to. It's related, I think, to your future happiness. I think you're really searching for and making steps to try and secure your future happiness. But there's just something that you're holding on to, that you're not letting go within your material world. So whether it is finances, whether it is stuff or a business or a relationship or something that is material, that's tangible. And I think it's stopping you, it's getting in the way of you and your future happiness. But we've got this Tower card here. And I think this Tower card is going to set you on the right path, because that's what the Tower does. I love the Tower. Everybody's a little bit scared of it. And rightly so, it looks a bit terrifying, doesn't it? But the Tower sets us off on the path we're meant to be on. I often can sort of envisage, the universe or your spirit guides, and you're setting off on this particular path, and you keep getting hints and things thrown in your way, and the universe throws you this, the spirit guide throws you that, and they're just like, they've got the head in the hands, and they're like, she's not listening, she's not taking our advice, she's not taking those opportunities. And in the end, they just swoop in, clear the decks, and so you've got to start from fresh and set off on a whole different new path, hopefully building things better and stronger as you go. But this is, I think, what's happening for you in the imminent future. I think there's going to be a situation that's going to clear the decks. And, as industrious as you've been, there's been something that's just holding you back from moving towards your happiness. But the universe is going to step in and get you off on that right path. So we've got the Five of Swords there. And that also speaks of holding on to something too tightly, but holding on to a thought, a way of thinking, and something that somebody said to you that's really just sitting in your head, and it's not doing you any good. Maybe an argument that you've had with somebody. So again, this is all about release. It's about letting things go, because when we let things go, when we create a free flow of energy by releasing. And when things the energy is able to flow, then things can move forward the way that they need to. There's no blockages. There's nothing stopping you from moving forward. So I think, it could even be the thing that you've been holding on to, this material thing that you've been holding on to. It could be related to something somebody said that's created this pattern of thought within your head. Let's have a few more cards. A few more cards for you, Sagittarius. Clarify that. Right, the Ace of Cups. This thing that you're holding on to is holding you back from your happiness. We've got the Ace of Cups there. The Ace of Cups is the potential for happiness, but I think it comes with what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not even going to try and search. My premenopause brain is not going to allow it. But there's like a clause in the contract of you being able to be open to that potential happiness, and it's about letting things go. It's about letting things go. And when you do let that something go, then you're opening yourself up to a world of happiness, to everything in the realms of cups that you have been wanting. Security, happiness, love, compassion, joy, stability. Have I said that? Security. And you know, it's there for the taking. You just need to let go. And I think there's just this a conflicting energy about you actually letting it go. Maybe you're thinking, well, if I let this thought go, then, you know, that means I'm going to forget about somebody, or I'm going to, you know, it means that I'm not being faithful to somebody, or if I'm not being true to myself or to my principles or whatever. You just need to let it go. You need to let it go. That's all I'm going to say, Sagittarius. Yeah, do the Elsa and let it go. We've got the Hermit there. The Hermit is all about introspection. It's about looking within. It's about examining what's going on the inside, really learning about you in the exterior, and you know, spending time sitting with yourself, learning, gaining wisdom, gaining insight about your behaviours, the way that the emotions that you feel, the things that you do. And I think, you know, there's a sense of healing going on within this, because I think this thing that you've got to let go, that you've got to learn about, it's that cycle, that thing that's been happening for all of your life, if not others before it. And this situation is a real learning opportunity, and the Hermit is here to say that, you know, you've got that learning opportunity. You've got the spiritual maturity, I want to actually say, to be in that right place now, that place where you can learn, where you can examine and dissect everything about this situation. That's the way that you're feeling about it, the way that you're behaving towards it, the way that your emotions are reacting to it. You're in a position now where you can take that to pieces, you can look at it closely, you can learn about yourself, and more than anything, you can move on and heal from it. Feels quite important, this Sagittarius, quite big. Right, there we go. Starting to see things clearly, having a breakthrough, seeing things in a whole fresh different way. And you know, the Ace of Swords, it is almost a transformation card, because you're changing because of that breakthrough that you're having. And I think, you know, we've got that 10 of Wands there. It's all about carrying a heavy weight. And I think this weight is going to be lifted. It's nearly time to put those sticks down. You're nearly there. And it's time to release. Just let it go. Drop all those sticks and walk away from them. That's all you need to do. Right, Page of Swords, another card of really starting to see things clearer, starting to find clarity, maybe having a little bit of a light bulb moment, maybe, you know, learning something new about the situation. We've got the Ace of Pentacles there, and we've got the Six of Pentacles. So I think this is something that you're going to have to work on. This is something that you need to learn to keep doing, to keep thinking in that fresh new way, to keep that clarity, not to let your judgment be clouded by stuff. You know, it's very hard to let things go, isn't it? You know, we say it and it's like, oh, it's easy, just let it go. But it's difficult, and I think it's something you're going to have to put a lot of time and effort into, and I think you're going to have to keep reminding yourself. But I think when you do, things are going to find the balance, their natural balance again, and things are going to flow the way that they need to, because we've got the Six of Pentacles. It's all about give and take. It's about the flow of energy. So I think, you know, if you can keep reminding yourself of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and just working through that thought, that energy, then, you know, you're going to come to a place where you're in that balance, and you can come to a place where you know, you can find yourself being generous about these thoughts. Maybe it towards somebody else, the person maybe that has upset you, and you can look at the situation in a more generous, more open, more loving kind of way, because you've come to this resolution within yourself and you've put in the work. So we've got the Sun as our next card. So the Sun is the best card in the pack. It's happiness, it's contentment, it's love, it's joy, it's abundance. So before the end of the year, you're going to be having this shift because of you putting the work in, because of you learning the lessons, and things are going to feel lighter and brighter, and things are going to be moving in a more favourable direction. The Judgment card, a new beginning, a new you, showing up in the world in a whole different way. And I think this is more a real internal rebirth for you. I think it is a real opportunity for you to set off for the rest of this life, having left all that baggage behind, having learnt the lessons, and really, feeling the lightness that comes with that. We've got the nine of wands there. It's the wounded soldier. Yes, you've been through a lot. You've been through the battle. You've been through some difficult stuff in this lifetime and the last. But now it's time to let that go and move yourself forward. It's a brand new start for you. I think you've just not got to let any of the stuff that's gone on in the past hold you back. It needs to be a total release to move forwards in the way that you need to. So we've got the Five of Cups here. Five of Cups speaks of focusing on the negative rather than the positive. See there, he's looking at the 3 cups that have fallen over and his wine spilt out of them. And then there's 2 cups here completely full. So these cups, they're empty. They don't contain anything that interests him anymore. The things that used to make him happy, they've spilt. But he's actually just focusing on that rather than noticing the 2 cups that are filled with happiness and good things for him. So this card is all about taking a step backwards, about looking at actually the things that he does have, the positive things that he's got going for him, and just, lifting that vibration and focusing on that positivity rather than the negative stuff. We've got the 3 of wands there. It's about looking out onto the horizon, looking out to see what's next for you. So, checking out those 2 cups, seeing the wonderful things that you've got in front of you. There may well be a sense of loss related to the things that you've had to release, because maybe it's been part of you for so long, part of your soul for so long, that it's difficult to let these things go, to let this thing go. But now it's time to move on. It's time to move on and take yourself forwards. We've got the Chariot there. That's a real card of moving on. It's a card of forward momentum. It's a card of following your destiny. You see the stars there on the canopy and on the crown? He's connected to his higher self. He knows where he's going. He's following his intuition. He's following his higher self. And he's moving himself towards his destiny, the place that's fated for him in this life. And you're moving through this lesson, this learning that you've needed to do to move on to the next phase. And that is exactly what you are doing before the end of this year. If you choose to take it, this your mission, if you choose to take it, Sagittarius. But that's really exciting. That's really, you're going in the right direction, Sagittarius. You've just got to learn this lesson. Have a think about situations in your life that you've had over the years, and repeated patterns that have come up throughout your life. And I bet you any money there's something that's going on that's happened before that maybe you've not learnt your lessons about. It's time to do a little bit of soul searching. It's time to dig a bit deeper, to let this go, to move on, to learn from it, and to move forwards in the way that you're destined to. So I'm going to leave that there. Short and sweet. Very big transformational opportunity, if ever I saw one. If this reading resonates with you, Sagittarius, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what's going on with you. I'd love it if you press that subscribe button and the little bell that's in there, so that you can keep up with any of my future readings. It'd be really lovely to have you back. In the meantime, look after yourself, stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I'll catch up again with you very, very soon.